Hi, I'm children's author Derek Taylor Kent. You know my books El Perro con Sombrero, the Scary School series, the grossest picture book ever, Dinosaur Derby, and my brand new book, the funniest picture book ever, aka Fartnado. And I want to share with you today my top 5 strategies to create a funny picture book. All right, here we go. Number 5. Find an illustrator with a strong sense of humor whose style matches the humor of your book. If you have an illustrator who's also funny, you've already done half the work. Allow them to create funny scenes and images that you would never have thought of yourself. A funny illustrator will make your book twice as funny. Number 4. If you have a book with lots of wacky, crazy stuff happening, pro tip, what's funny in a crazy book isn't the crazy stuff that's happening, it's the reaction to the crazy. You need to have other characters around reacting to the craziness, or else it's going to be boring and not get the laughs. Let's think about, I don't know, Ace Ventura Pet Detective for a movie example, or even something like Dumb and Dumber, where we have wacky Jim Carrey who's always wreaking havoc at a posh party. And when he does his crazy antics, that's not really where the big laughs come from. It comes from the gasps of the people in the tuxedos going, "Oh my! Well, I never!" That's when the laughs actually start rolling. So take this example from my book, The Funniest Picture Book Ever. In this book, we have a scene at a place called the Farm Harmonic, where a very prim and proper orchestra is going to do a concert for the people. But unfortunately, animals on the farm escape from their pen and pretty much trample the concert. But what's funny is if I just had a bunch of animals running around and the musicians were just kind of like going along with it and having fun, or like, just sort of having blank expressions, it would not be the same as seeing all the hilarious reactions of these musicians and conductors as it happens. Love this guy. Ah! I think those reactions are absolutely priceless to the craziness going on around them. So think about when you have anything crazy going on in your books. Think just as equally hard about how the reactions are going to look to what's happening. Number 3, do not rely on AI. For all of the amazing things AI can do, humor, so far, is not really one of them. It seems that humor is just something that is so human that the AI jokes and suggestions that I've seen tend to come out so corny and so hacky, they are just not usable. So don't rely on AI for help with the comedy and the humor, because it is going to give you pretty much universally bad jokes and bad humor. They will try to do humor, but it won't really be as good as something that comes from the true comedy place within us. Number 2, know the message or theme of your book beneath all the humor. If everything is just funny for funny's sake, it won't have the same impact as if you hit them at the end with a message that makes all of the wackiness worthwhile and takes the whole story to the next level. In The Funniest Picture Book Ever, aka Fartnado, we're introduced to a town that has some tensions, let's say, between the ordinary folks of the town and some pirates who have taken over a whole other part of the town. And they do some pretty strange stuff, but when the time comes, they band together to defeat the enemy that wants to destroy the town of Ha. And it really ends up being about community and what being a good neighbor truly means. And the number one thing you can do to really take your comedy picture book to the next level is test the book on real kids. What's great about writing picture books is it takes a lot less time to edit than a novel or a chapter book. So when you have the text done, before it goes to illustrations, try reading it aloud to kids and see what parts get laughs and which ones don't. Or that maybe just need a little improvement or a kick. Keep doing that until you're confident you have a book that can stand alone without illustrations even needed. Then you know you'll have a winner and that the illustrations will only add to the humor instead of relying on them. All right, those are my top 5 tips for creating a funny picture book. If you can think of any other things, feel free to write in the comments, and we look forward to sharing all of our humor with the rest of the world. Have a great day and happy reading.